Once upon a time, there was a maiden I laid my eyes on. A love that moved me to do so much for her. So much I devoted. Yeah, pack it up, Beethoven or Socrates, and just give me my receipt for my combo meal, man. I'm not having all that. Today, romance is something a lot of people obsess about, especially those who are in school, unless you're just someone who's not interested in relationships.
And I can relate to that when it comes to prices in America. If this country wasn't so hard to live and buy things!
Where do I even begin with having a crush? It's a lot to unpack since we form a crush to be with our idolized version. In other words, crushes can be like gambling. You can either get lucky with a light heartbreak, or you slowly become the red flags that your crush had. Since COVID, I'm quiet to others because I don't talk to the people who I find to be annoying, or there are situations I feel out of place to speak in, and I feel like I will be awkward. Personally speaking, for me, having a crush is frustrating, and it's like trying to dodge the beams of the Moonlight butterfly. It's not the person that makes them annoying, it's the feeling that makes you chained to them that you can't help but look at them like a deer in the headlights. Though I gotta say sometimes it's confusing with the hitboxes, because how are you going to tell me I dodged early, but I died to the beams when they graze my shoulder? Like, make it make sense, Doctor.
Brother, it's an 8-year-old game. Why are you getting mad at the easiest boss in the game? I'm gonna kill you!
People have come up with unique ways to get to talk to their crush. However, socializing is very rare to find since people want to be screen ninjas and look at brain rot, but just be somewhat aggressive towards strangers. I don't get why the trend of acting rude or cold and mysterious is on the rise of being nonchalant, quote unquote. But hey, you do you, I guess. Anyway, I'll be sharing one of my experiences where I didn't have a crush, but I realized I got crushed on. It's like the meme when you're on about your day, or you're in the shower and you realize that person you were talking to, even in that short moment, was flirting with you, and now you have to look outside the window and just stare awkwardly as you made a terrible decision. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. As though you made a terrible decision as a war criminal. But hey, at least I know that there's potential that could be seen as a relational partner in me. Alright, I kept you waiting long enough. Let's immerse ourselves back into the past. Metal Gear.
For context with this girl I will be mentioning, I have known her at this time for 5 to 7 years and will be calling her Flower.
I met Flower through an old church I used to go to, and we had the same friend group since we knew the same people who were associated with us, or by others. Her and I used to go to the same school at the time, and Flower used to come by my house with her brother, Birdie, and hung around with my sister while Birdie, my brother, and I usually played Minecraft on our PS4, or it'd be the other way around where we'd be the one to go to their house and they were stacked despite the house being small. They made things fun for us with sleepovers, birthday parties, hangouts, whatever it was that we just asked. And I am really grateful for that.
Their parents were making good money because Birdie got an Xbox One for his birthday, and he already had a Wii U, which costed a lot back then. This was during, 2017 when the Xbox One came out. And he already had games for the Wii U like 3D World, Nintendo Land, Pac-Man, and I think Epic Mickey, though I could be gaslit. We did have a great friendship, though it slowly drifted as time went on, and we grew to things that we enjoyed on our own, or barely hung out. And if we ever saw each other, it wouldn't be as close as it was, like back then. It was quite subtle at the time, but one time where I had an idea where she wanted to be close to me was in middle school. I was just sitting with a group of people I was familiar with and knew at least half of them, though they were on the cooler side than the popular side. While we were chilling and eating, I hear a voice beside me saying, "Hey, is it fine if I sit here with you?" So I look to my right and see that it was Flower and her friend, who were just passing by, and I was super flustered and embarrassed since I didn't know how to react to something like this. And part of my guys to the left were teasing me and making fun of me, saying, "Oh, is this your girlfriend?" Which made me a bit annoyed and conscious that she was sitting with us, though I just wanted to be alone and chill with the group. And this moment is what made me realize these partners stink of poo. To add on to this, I didn't know how to react since I never had any female friends, and female interaction was quite limited to my circle. I did not have feelings for her at the time since I saw her more of a sister, friend kind of relationship, but I never said it to her. And I will tell you why I never said it.
Connection terminated.
As the pandemic hit, our connection that was there had stopped. But after things settled down with COVID and people were returning to their lifestyle, she was kind of awkward around me and we didn't conversate a lot. For one instance, I was invited out with her and her friend with her mom, who took all of us to Chili's. I was wondering, man, am I bad at talking to people to the point where no one wants to chat with me? I remember leaving there disappointed since I had no real friends, and I was in a tough point in my life during this period. Unfortunately, that would be the last time I got to interact with her, because later that summer I was told by a close person that Flower was moving, and she was going to hold a farewell party at her house, so I wanted to go see her and her family one last time. However, my mom had plans to intervene, and she booked for my brother and I with her to see family for the whole summer. I was already frustrated and annoyed that I had to go see most of my family who did not live in America, and was more upset about the fact that I wanted to stay behind because I wanted to go to Flower's party and also get my permit since my dad was on the idea with me, until my mom had to play the jury, so he really couldn't save me there. It was kind of like, "Oh no, please, Father, help!" And then he just looked at me like, Thanos did to Gamora and said, "I'm sorry, little one." And then just left me to be thrown out into the air. All I can remember my reaction was, "Father, please, I beg for mercy, don't leave me with my mom! Father!" After my trip seeing my family and getting back safely, I did manage to text her since we had each other's phone numbers. But that's where the friendship officially ended. And now you're like, what the heck? This isn't even about how you got crushed on. You lied to us! And I will answer you with this response, my little friend. 2 years passed since she moved, and we stopped talking to each other from this point, since she was in a new school and had new friends. I did text her a couple of times to see how she was doing, but she ghosted me and I left it as that. I was just minding my own business in my room, and for some reason my mind was like, aha, let's prank this guy, let's prank Elden about Flower. And so Flower came into my mind and reminded me of how close she was. And I realized in that moment, bruh, she was trying to hit on me, but I was too dumb. Oh no, it's true. Guys are true dumb to notice signs. My parlays! To this day, I still don't know if the people I meet and have a better connection with will be interested in me romantically because of mixed signals. Just be straight up and tell me how you feel than trying to act shy and hide yourself away, because I'll find it more annoying that you're either being stubborn or just flat out trying to play my feelings and you're being immature. Being like, no, I don't like you. I'm just a girl. Stop blaming me. And if I had to tie a verse for this, I would tie it to Proverbs 27:19, which says, as a face is reflected in water, so the heart reflects the real person. If you are interested in someone who you want to know better as a friend or a partner, ask yourself this: would my trusted figure be fine with me hanging around someone like this? If so, identify what makes them that kind of a person and see if it conflicts against those around you or what you stand by, and see how they handle hardships. Don't sacrifice your boundaries to please someone who won't accept your values or you as a person, because you'll second guess yourself about whether you are worthy of love. And to those who have gone through heartbreak because they feel like they were the ones at fault, don't beat yourself for it. Holding it on you will only limit your perspective on what is true value. Even if you do miss that person, it's better to look forward and continue than to dwell on what has happened, because you'll stay stuck if you don't move on. Time waits for no one. And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching and sticking around to the end. I hope it was worth your time watching this, though. I'm not sure if it helped you in any way, but yeah, I'm kind of thinking for an outro. You'll hear the song what I decide on. Yeah. This is just raw audio, me just talking. So yeah, I may upload sometime this week or possibly weekend. Otherwise, y'all stay good and blessed. I'ma talk to y'all and see y'all soon. I love you, but God loves you more. Bye bye. I love y'all.